In Berlin, wie in anderen Universitätsstädten Deutschlands, wurden undeutsche und unsittliche Bücher von den Studenten eingesammelt und öffentlich verbrannt.
A majority of Germans tolerate the burning of books, the banning of other political parties, and the setting up of a police state, because Hitler offers a way out of the depression.
If he's doing things which are not so good, which happened, then we said, well, you have to take the rough with the smooth. Dictatorship seemed to be, not that I wanted it, but it seemed to be the only way to get out of the mess. So I thought that was a good thing that they cut away all this nonsense and rather did something, really did something, and that's what Hitler did. He really went to town with Germany.
Of course, he had the mise en scène, the enormous masses of troops, the flags, the music, the grandeur of it all, which made Cecil B. DeMille look rather paltry. Hitler had a serious message which concerned every German anyhow: the humiliation of Versailles, the economic difficulties, but above all, the injury to their national pride. And he eliminated, at the cost of planning a war, he eliminated the crushing unemployment that Germany suffered. And he gave millions of people new confidence and indeed welfare. They were doing better, much better.
Feverish Nazi propaganda depicted Germany's economic recovery as simply a matter of the Führer pressing the right buttons. He spends his way out of the depression by public works and secret rearmament. The image left by the newsreels is of Hitler with varying degrees of aplomb, opening one new motorway after another. Some of the recovery was due to the policies of previous governments, but Hitler took the credit for it all. From the beginning to the end of Hitler's Germany, those who were most vulnerable to his appeal were the young. They came in their tens of thousands, full of youthful idealism, to worship the Führer in the awesome surroundings of the Nuremberg Stadium. Among the worshippers in the Hitler Youth was Alfons Heck, now a writer on the Nazi period.
The decisive turning point in my life occurred at the age of 10. From that moment on, I would remain beholden to Adolf Hitler long until after our defeat. I was one of 82,000 members of the Hitler Youth lined up in the Zeppelin's field. I stood in the first row. And when Hitler began to speak, we were just tingling with nervousness, finally to see our God. When he appeared on the podium, I was afraid to look at my neighbor because I didn't want him to see the tears in my eyes. My knees were shaking. And Hitler beamed down on us. He calmed us down by lifting his hands, both hands, several times. When he began to speak, it was in a very conversational tone. Man to boy, father to son.
Und ich weiß, das kann nicht anders sein. Denn ihr seid Fleisch. Von unserem Fleisch und Blut, von unserem Blut Und in euren jungen Gehirn brennt derselbe Geist, der uns beherrscht.
And he said how fortunate we were to live in this new age. And he said, from now on, you no longer have to fear any class distinction. You're all one, belonging to me. But the essence and the emphasis occurred in the final sentences. He leaned over the podium, and I know he looked straight into my eyes, and he said, "You, my boys, the young of Germany, live in a fortunate time because you are the standard bearers of the movement. You will inherit what we have so far created. One day you are going to rule the world." And from that moment on, without any doubt, I was bound to Adolf Hitler, long until after our defeat.
Vor uns liegt Deutschland, in uns marschiert Deutschland und hinter uns